Hey, good afternoon, guys. Aaron Kupitz, personal trainer at Functional Aesthetics EC. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a video, I think it was called Reduce Friction to Improve Productivity or to Become Successful or something like that. And basically in that video, I shared a few tips that I use to essentially, remove the barriers to accomplishing the things you want to accomplish, especially when you are not feeling motivated, you're tired, you're feeling uninspired, and things of that nature. So today I want to do a follow-up to that, and kind of in the same vein, but a slightly different angle with that. So again, sometimes, I'll be working all day, and then I'll get home at the end of the day, and I will have, some time set aside that I want to work on a few projects for the business after I've been doing the legwork all day. And, depending on the day, a lot of times I like to maintain that momentum, and when I get home, just start working right away because I'm already, wound up. And so I like to maintain the momentum and keep on riding that wave until I run out of gas, rather than stopping and then having to start up all over again. And most of the time that works pretty good. However, there are times when, I've had a particularly stressful day, or there was just more a larger workload than normal, or for whatever reason, maybe I'm feeling a little sick or something like that, and so I get home and my motivation is dead, feeling uninspired. I just really don't want to do the work that I had planned for myself. And so some tactics that I found that are useful are the following. But first I want to preface this by saying, especially when you have a deadline or you feel that it's something really pressing that you need to get done, and you're trying to move yourself forward more quickly, the temptation is to try to force yourself to do these activities and make it happen, make it get done, do what is needed. And most of the time, I think those are actually really good things. You do need discipline, you do need to have a work ethic, you do need to be able to push through discomfort at times, but there are other times when it's completely ineffective to do that. And what I found that is actually a more effective means, because ultimately what we're trying for is effectiveness. It's not about how hard you're working, it's about what are we getting done. If working harder is getting more done for you, work harder, but if it's not, maybe you need to think about, how can I work a little bit smarter so that I accomplish the goal? Because, trying to ram a square peg into a round hole is not the most efficient means for working. So with that being said, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just, stop. I'll sit in a chair, or I'll go out on the back porch or something like that, and I'll just walk around, maybe do some deep breathing or something, or I'll just simply sit and not think about anything in particular. Maybe, just contemplate the what happened over the course of the day, but just kind of relax and not really think about anything. But also not be scrolling through my phone, not be reading anything, not taking in any information. I think that is crucial, to be literally just sit there. And if you're thinking about stuff, that's fine. You can't make your mind go completely blank. Just don't be inputting new information. Don't be reading things and stuff like that. When you're relaxing, take that moment to completely relax and allow your brain to reboot. And sometimes after, maybe I've been sitting there 5-10 minutes or whatever, and maybe my initial feeling when I got home was that, man, I just want to pop on some Netflix or something like that and just chill for a little bit and watch that. And initially I will resist that, and I will say, okay, I need to just sit down and just not take in any information and just see if my brain will reboot. Because a lot of times if you just sit there like that, all of a sudden, it clicks and you're like, oh yeah, that's what I need to do. This is, I got some inspiration, my motivation's back up a little bit, I can proceed with what I had planned for the day. But other times, after you've been sitting there for that 5-10 minutes or whatever, and it's readily apparent that your brain is not going to cooperate. So then what I do is I go ahead and I'll switch on the Netflix. I give myself permission to relax, to be a little lazy, right? And it's interesting, by doing that, it's weird, but as soon as I allow myself to do that, it's almost like my brain is like, okay, relax, okay, we're allowed to do this thing. It reduces the friction. It's almost like this blockage in my head that my brain feels like, you know, if we're forcing you, if it's being forced to do certain things when it's tired, it's going to resist more. But as soon as you give it permission to not do those things and goof off and indulge in something fun, then it's all of a sudden, it's like the switch is turned. And a lot of times I'll turn it on, I don't even get to the show that I'm going to watch. I just simply flip the TV on, and you know, or some other times I might watch, like, you know, 5 minutes of the show or something, and then all of a sudden I'm like, my brain's back online and I get back to work. So, you know, that's just a strategy that I found helpful for me. Is number one, spend some time just being mindful. You know, don't take in any new information. Just sit there and see if your brain will reboot and get back to where it needs to be. It's very important during that time that you're not putting in any new information. You want to maybe just process the things of the day, or just don't think about anything in particular. Either one is fine. And then the second one is, you know, give yourself permission to goof off, you know, scroll through Facebook, Instagram, or flip on Netflix or something like that. And a lot of times, as soon as you do that, it's like that switch is flipped in your brain, and your brain says, okay, we can go and do the harder thing now, because we are allowed permission to goof off and do these easier things. I know it sounds weird, but this is something that has really helped me out, and that's all I've got to say today. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have any of you had a similar experience to this? How do you guys, what are some strategies that you guys do to help improve your productivity? I'd love to hear more about that, and let's hear those comments, or see those comments below. Thanks, guys. Bye.